All right, welcome to this edition of Weaving Energy. My name is Aaron Thomas. My traditional name is Hal Heaton, and welcome to this edition of Weaving Energy, this post 2024 Tribal Leaders Energy Summit edition here on LinkedIn. I want to thank each and every one of you for that was able to attend this year's summit. It was, by all intents and purposes, a grand success. Day one, of course, was filled with golf and what a beautiful, beautiful course at Pechanga. At the journey at Pechanga is beautiful. It really does take you on a journey. If you've ever been on that golf course, you literally kind of get pulled back into time, which is awesome. And seeing some of the housing, the way that the beautiful Pechanga people used to live pre-contact, and you actually your golf cart actually goes through some water, and there was ducks in the water and everything. It was really cool. But of course, the greens were on fleek. The staff service was amazing, 5-star. So again, if you ever get a chance to golf at the journey at Pechanga, please do it. It was beautiful, and it was a social outing. So we weren't, again, every year that we do this, we most likely will not have a sort of traditional which team won. It's not going to be a competition. It's just a way to get out there and have fun, enjoy yourself. Put the cell phone in the office away. Just come outside, come outdoors, be one with nature, and enjoy yourself. And then, of course, we had the great, awesome tour of the Pechanga Western Electric Utility. I want to again thank our partners at the Pechanga Tribe of Indians, especially Peter Pitt, Executive Director General Manager of the Pechanga Western Electric. Again, thank you for taking on the tour. We were able to go and take a look at their cogen. Peter did a really great job of just explaining, the need, the why the tribe decided to do a cogen. And again, anybody that, what Edison and what other utility companies are trying to do is help tribes do a lot of what Pechanga is doing. Become energy sovereign, do what you can to get off the grid. In case the grid goes down, your tribe is going to be okay, at least temporarily until, some other things, down the road might happen. But at the end of the day, it's just about having that wherewithal to say, you know what, we're going to go out, we're going to build a cogen, we're going to do what we can to power our own facilities, our own tribal homes. And so again, congratulations to the sovereign tribe of the Pechanga Tribe of Indians for building that and creating that utility. And so again, thanks, Peter, for the great tour. And then in the evening, we had great welcoming remarks from Cody Tubbs at Southern California Edison, Jennifer Jett, San Diego Gas and Electric, and our sponsor, Blue Owl Innovation. And it was a great time up there at the very top of the Eagle's Nest. We had some great cigars under the stars, some, again, 5-star food, fajita bar, DJ. And I'm not going to say what else happened up there because, again, what happens at the Tribal Leaders Energy Summit, where the tribal elected leaders are only invited, stays there. So those of you that were there know exactly what I'm talking about and all the things that happened. So again, thanks for the ones that could make it. And then the next day, it was all business. We really did a great job, and thanking again Peter Pitt for helping us, and Councilmember Michael Vasquez for his remarks for the tribe, and then also helping us link up with some of the local beautiful cultural shares and doing a welcoming themselves with bird singing. It really set the tone for the day. And then throughout the day, we had great speakers. I think one of the most memorable parts of day two during the summit, of course, was the All Hazards workshop that we did. And it was supposed to be designed just for tribal leaders, kind of sit up front, have like the first 5 tables set up for elected leaders to be able to jot down their comments and their feedback on some of the questions that we had up on the big board. But it turned into more of a town hall where everybody in the room, all 160 of us, were there to listen to the questions, raise their hand. And a few of us were like the late Phil Donahue, running around trying to, get the people's feedback or answer their questions. And so, again, Steve Nunez from Edison and I believe Sarah from SDG&E. Again, those two did a great job of hosting and making sure that the scenarios that we had up on the big board were good. We had an earthquake scenario. We had a wildfire scenario. These are two things that are definitely going to happen in the state of California, and it's definitely going to affect the tribes in the state. And so, again, this is the best time to be planning is during blue sky scenario, right? We're not under an attack of a wildfire. We're not, a post earthquake. So this is the best time to start to get your minds thinking, write down some ideas, some wonderful things that you could do to try to bring back to your tribe to either create an all hazards plan if you don't have one, or enhance it. And so again, that we did a really good job of again capturing those comments, and hopefully tribal elected leaders and their key staff did what they could to kind of think about what steps they need to take to help their tribal members. And so again, that's another great reason why you need that we ask tribal elected leaders to come is to not only share your points of view, but also take back with you some information that you might have heard other tribes doing, which we did here on day 2 of the summit. We then went into a few comments from the California Public Utilities Commission, and member Darcy Hawk was there. She gave a really great welcome remarks. Thanked the utility companies for putting this on. Again, as I shared in my welcome, nobody from the state, nobody from the tribes told the utility companies this is what they wanted. However, the 3 tribal liaisons from the 3 utility companies said, this is something that as tribal members, we know we could bring the people together and to do what we can to try to learn from each other about energy. Last the 2 years before was all about clean energy projects. And now we've kind of expanded it out to more of just general energy. And there's all kinds of things we can talk about when it comes to the full energy spectrum. And so again, thank you, Commissioner Hawk, for saying those comments and making sure that we are, again, that this is an annual event that we will be bringing the tribes together. And that was something that we decided a year ago as a planning committee to make sure that we do bring this to the table for elected leaders, for their key staff. And we really do say elected leaders. This is something, again, those of us that have worked for tribes, we know. I was the chief of staff of my tribe as well as communications director, but you know where how the butter, the bread is buttered. You know how the hamburger is made. It starts and ends with the tribal elected leaders. I mean, really, at the end of the day, they're the ones that are responsible for the budget. Making those decisions. They're the ones that hire the right key people and create the plans that need to be created. So that's why we do this summit every year. And so again, we want to thank the California Energy Commission and their member commissioners coming, Gallardo, and there's one more, and I'm going to blank on her name, and forgive me, but the 2 commissioners came and gave some more welcoming remarks, and also shared some budget and grant funding that's available through the CEC. So look up on their website, and if you're interested in looking at what their funding opportunities are. And so then we went to lunch. We had a great expo. About 15 businesses from all over Southern California were there to share with the tribal elected leaders some of the things that they could help bring to the community. And of course, we had a 5-star lunch from the Pechanga Resort. We came back. We had door prizes. We gave away these really cool door prizes. Things again that you probably wouldn't buy yourself, but like a record player with Hotel California as the record. I mean, who goes out and buys a record player for yourself? But if you were to get one, wouldn't you enjoy it? And so we did that. We had all kinds of about 15 prizes there. And so again, that was part of the planning committee's decision to do that. But it worked. We were able to get you guys all back in from the expo. You had to be in the room to get the prize. We then had some great conversation with Chairman Bo Mazzetti from Rincon, who shared with us about the hydrogen trail. It's not the hydrogen highway. He was made very adamant about that. And again, it's a great way for the tribal communities to get on board with his vision of providing a pathway for hydrogen vehicles one day and getting out in front of it to be able to power up your vehicles as you're traveling. And it's another way of getting more revenue to the tribe for producing hydrogen, for selling hydrogen to folks that need it for their cars, etc. So if case you do want to be a part of that, please reach out to Chairman Bo Mazzetti from Rincon or somebody from San Diego Gas and Electric to go ahead, and also Southern California, SoCal Gas. Those are other folks that you can get a hold of if you're interested, or if your tribe is interested in doing this and participating in the hydrogen trail. We then had some great comments from Rod Vickers, who gave us an Energy 101 presentation on building electrification. And again, these are terms that we kind of throw around a lot as energy people, but really building electrification is how are you going to make your building, like your tribal administration building, your community building, how are you going to make that more energy efficient? There's a lot of good ways of being able to, put solar on top of those community buildings, or we saw that with Pizza Pit. They were able to put at Pechanga this gorgeous, gigantic solar, almost looked like a mini solar farm, but it was on top of one of their parking structures, and they're looking at putting it on their second parking structure. But again, this is a great way. Again, building electrification is key, because especially with trying to get the state and meet the state's pathway 2045 goals, which says that we're going to eliminate fossil fuels as much as we can and get into clean energy. And building electrification, how we heat our homes, how we cool our homes, how we heat and cool our water, even our pool water. These are all ways of being able to try to have a better efficiency when it comes to building electrification. So again, thank you to Rod Vickers for sharing that information. And so it was a plethora of speakers, many speakers, and we did the best we can to kind of keep it 30,000 foot view. We listened to the survey folks, the folks that filled out the survey from last year when we had it at the Paula Reservation, and they told us, "Can you please pull it back, go a little bit higher, 30,000 foot view. Don't go so much in the weeds where we're listening to tech talk. It's like that was just too much information, too detailed. It's stuff that they just don't really need to know." But so I think the survey's available. I want to put it in my post, in this LinkedIn post, for those of you that attended. I know the LinkedIn is going out to everybody, so that's okay too. And maybe there's something in there that a comment that you can make for next year's event, which is what I'm going to talk about next. Yes, we are going to do this again next year. We have heard from many sponsors that want to host this event. And yes, it's a lot of people that, again, are sharing in this vision that we have of moving the tribes together in the name of energy, and doing what we can to help the tribes be energy sovereign, and doing what we can to try to make sure that we're thinking about 7 generations after us. And so that one day when the power goes out for whatever reasons, maybe it isn't all hazard, the tribe is able to take care of themselves and get them through the bridge of time that it takes to get the power back up off the grid. So again, thank you for sharing in this vision. Thank you for participating. And we definitely look forward to seeing you next year in Sacramento, near Sacramento. We're talking to at least 2 tribes now that are interested in hosting us next year. But we're open to having this downtown Sacramento as well. It is very important to try to host these events on tribal lands, because the money that we're spending would be much better served going to the tribal community. However, we got to make sure that we do what we can to make it easy and accessible for everybody, as many people that can come, including speakers, including executives, including a lot of the tribal elected leaders like to go talk to their favorite elected leaders at the state assembly. So why wouldn't they want to go to our event and then set up meetings subsequently with an assembly member down the road? That would be very fruitful for a tribal elected leader to do. But maybe they just put an extra day on top of it as we go out to a tribe that's an hour away or a half hour away to do that. So these are all the kind of conversations we're having, but we're already set our first planning session date for next month already. We're way ahead of it. Our goal is to get almost all the logistics done by the end of January so that we can send you the save the date early in advance so we can start getting more and more of the tribes involved than we've ever had in the past. And it'll be in Sacramento. It'll be the first time we've done this in Northern California. So we're very excited. We're tired, but we're very excited as a planning committee. I was telling my boss, it's like I'm really like I've got this summit hangover. And it wasn't because, of course, I had maybe one or two pops that I shouldn't have had, if you know what I mean, or one or two more cigars than I should have had. But it's all about the energy it takes, the physical energy, the mental energy it takes, and the heartfelt energy it takes to really put on a summit like this and to bring the people together in a good way. And so, again, there's just so many people to thank. I do want to thank my colleagues for blanketing me during this year's summit. That was a tremendous shock to me. I didn't think I don't usually really need to be thanked. I know that my thanks comes from a higher power, the creator, the great spirit. I know that I've got that connection, and so I get my thanks from that. However, it does feel good to be able to get the thanks and the awareness of your colleagues. These are people I look up to. These are folks that have been in the industry longer than me, and all I'm doing is trying to use my 20 plus years of working with tribes to understand how can we bridge the energy sector with the tribal governments, and how do we do that in a good way. And I think we found a really good recipe of doing that with these summits. And again, we're really urging more tribes to participate, more tribes to see energy as more of a front brain thing and not back of the brain thing, and only needing to talk to energy people when it is necessary, like the power is out. It's something that, again, at Edison, we do the best we can to meet with the elected leaders of tribes and cities at least twice a year. So, we're already reaching out to tribes already within Edison's service area to go meet with them for the fall. So we're trying to get on the council agenda to be able to do that. But those are so necessary to be able to keep the engagement going, keep the conversations going, and really one day we believe that every single 109 tribes of the state of California will have their own energy czar, their own energy champion. Call it energy manager, energy director, energy council member, whatever you want. But we want to have at least one person that the tribes can talk, the utility companies can talk to the tribes and have that weekly conversation if needed, instead of it being quarterly, instead of it being when you really need to talk to the utility company. It's something that's ongoing throughout the year. That's our hope. That's our vision. And I think one day we'll get there. But again, thanks again for all those that are able to watch this edition of the Weaving Energy. I'm so proud to be able to say this is my 13th episode of this wonderful way of communicating to people. Please drop any comments down below. Hit the share button on the YouTube to make sure that you're in the loop throughout the year, not only about this summit, but other stuff that we do in our service area at Southern California Edison. I can't speak for my friends at SDG&E or PG&E or even at Pechanga Western Electric. I can only speak on behalf of Southern California Edison and the work that I'm doing here with my BFF, Amy Olson. All right, God bless you wherever you're at. I hope that you had a great weekend, and take care. We look forward to seeing you August 4th and 5th near Sacramento, 2025 Tribal Leaders Energy Summit. God bless you wherever you're at, and take care.